Hello, StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another edition of Into the Void. This is a game between Anarki and Smur on Habitation Station, the latter edition. In the top left side of the map, we have the red Protoss player. It is Anarki. And in the top right side of the map, we have the blue Terran player. It is Smur with a very cool looking ghost spinning logo here. Spinning logos are great. I should get one. That's what I've decided. Falcon Paladin needs one of those for sure. Alright, so a PvT, red versus blue, here on Habitation Station. If this is your first edition of Into the Void, first of all, welcome aboard. Good to have you here. I cast 2 of these a week. They are an examination of Bronze and Silver League level gaming. I get a lot of them from my subscribers sent to me at falconpaladin@gmail.com with the subject of Into the Void. I have screeners that look through them all, determine which ones are the best, and those are the ones that I cast. So if you'd like to participate, go ahead and follow that process, and you might find yourself on my channel one day. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it be nice? I think so. Smur is doing a full wall off here with supply depots and a barracks and I guess another supply depot, which I already said by doing plural on the first supply depots. Anarki going a double gate opening. Double gate. Now this could be a double gate follow-up with a Nexus. Opening here with Adepts, but again, it's Into the Void. You just can't guess. You can't guess what people are doing in here. I'm going to stop predicting right about now. Is that a Reaper from Smur? Do we respect the Reaper from Smur, or is it going to be a Marine? I have a name ready for the Reaper. Come on, Smur. Oh, a liftoff land into a reactor. It could be double Reaper. It could be double Reaper. There is another barracks up here. That tells me it could be something along those lines. There was actually a 3-Rax Reaper in a Midrank Madness last week or so. Maybe a couple of weeks ago. Anyway, double refinery coming in from Smur on one base as well. So he's going to have a lot of gas. If you have double gas, you better be going something like Thor Drop or Cloak Banshee or something that is super gas heavy. Because if you're just going Marines with 2 gas, you're going to have so much gas and not enough minerals, and you'll be very sad about your life. Meanwhile, Anarki is still one base in it, man. Forge, double gateway, cybernetics core with warp gate research being researched, which is redundant. And again, that Forge on the way really wants some cannons. Trying to expand here too. Has about 100 minerals. Sitting there with the probe nonetheless. Ready for it. Oh my gosh, it is Reaper. Holy what? Double pumping Reaper. Triple pumping Reaper. These are going to be Rico's Roughnecks. The Reaper group name from Starship Troopers, which I still haven't seen. I apologize to everybody who told me to watch that movie. Nope. Still haven't seen it. Is it on Netflix? I need somewhere where it's easy for me to access. Because there's this weird... Like, Redbox has all the new releases, right? And then Netflix has a bunch of the older releases. But, like, stuff that was released in the last 5 years or so, I just feel like 5 years, 10 years, maybe even more. Because isn't Starship Troopers, like, the 90s? I don't know. Anyway, it's a while ago. Just a hard time to find movies in that area. That's what Blockbuster was good for. That's what Hollywood was good for. But those are dead now. We killed them for convenience and cheapness of Redbox and Netflix, and let that be a lesson to us, perhaps. Anyway, here come Rico's Roughnecks, moving right on in versus Adept. Not a good place to be. One of Rico's Roughnecks takes several shots, so they had another one, almost dead too, but still alive. Still alive. Coming in, can one-shot these probes. Good probe pull. Cannon! Woo! Cannon getting shots off, killing one of Rico's Roughnecks. The leader going after the cybernetics core. No, no, no. No, dude, you can't. These may be the least effective Reapers of all time. I mean, for there being 3 of them, they've killed literally nothing. Trying to kill a Nexus now is the remaining member of Rico's Roughnecks. It actually didn't go more Reaper after this. It's just Marines back home, which I'm very interested by. I've never seen a player go 3 early Marines and then transition right over to traditional bio after that. It's very weird. It's very weird. You know what else is weird? Why this... like one of these Adepts isn't coming down to murder that Reaper. There are 4 Adepts hanging out by the natural or the main base, and like one of you just, there we go, one of you come down, Anarki, send an Adept down to murder it or chase it away. There we go, chases it away. Kitty 8 charge missing on that one. And actually no, there are more Reapers coming with just Marines instead. Okay, so another group of Reapers show up to join Rico's Roughnecks. The previous squad got wiped out, like 66% of them died. And they don't tell the new recruits that, though. Welcome to the front line, recruits. Help us take down this pylon. Your job is easy. Hey, that was easy, guys. We took down a pylon. Look, it's all exploding and stuff. Time to move on in to the Adept base. All right, Adepts, or Protoss base. Adepts, do this thing. Adepts trying to get shots off. Doesn't have a resonating glaze, but enough to kill 1 Reaper and then die. Mothership core is here. Marine's going to try to take down that Mothership core. Oh, what a build! What a build by Smur. Mothership core dies before those pylons can finish, before Fortune Overcharge comes on up. And Kitty 8 charges being thrown out on the responding Adepts here. Can they win this thing? Adepts trying to hold on. Ugh, killing some Marines. Killing a Reaper there, but it's still a handful of Marines here and a single Reaper. The surviving Reaper of Rico's Roughnecks moving up inside the main base. Trying to do this thing. Stalkers on the way. Stalkers picking off the wounded Marine. I think probably by accident. But that's okay. One Marine down. Another one, possibly. No, there are two very, very, very wounded Marines, though. Reinforcing units coming in. Reinforcing Marines coming in. There's the photon overcharge. 1, 2, 3 kills. Immediately getting outside of that range, though, allowing Anarki to warp in some more Adepts. Needs Adepts so badly. Dude, Resonating Glaives would be a godsend for Anarki in this game. Another Marine dies. There are only 4 left now. Another Adept dies. Marine tries to join the party, getting shot at by the Mothership Core. An Adept with 2 kills does end up getting killed, but weakens the remaining Marines. There are only 2 here. Are there 2? There are 2 more here at the natural base. And Anarki lose all these probes. Anarki has not lost a single probe. Must have pulled them. Oh, they're in the bottom corner. They're hiding. Wow, this one base aggression from Smur is non-stop. There is a second base, though. I don't want to call it completely one base because it's not. Adepts picking off wounded Marines at the top of the group here while they're trying to focus down the Nexus, but no, changing their target fire to the Adepts. Another Adept ends up falling. 9 Adepts have been killed, 2 Stalkers, 17 Marines, and 6 Reapers have fallen in this game so far. 5 Marines trying to take down this Nexus. Can Anarki save it? That is the question of the day. Can Anarki get this thing? 3 Adepts coming down the ramp, and they are picking off individual Reapers, but it's enough to get all of them as 2 more Marines show up. This is absolutely insane pressure out of Smur, trying to pull back to the safety of his other fellow Marines that are streaming across the field like there is no tomorrow. He is not getting stim for these guys. He's not getting combat shield for these guys. He is going all Marine all the day, although he did just start throwing down a factory, which is good. More Adepts getting killed in the middle of the map here by these Marines. This Adept still alive, has 7 kills. 8 kill Marine, or Adept rather. Nicely done. Nicely done, 8 kill. It is 26 to 33 Harvesters. Anarki has a nice lead. Both players are on 2 bases, so despite all of the early aggression, nobody has really much of a lead. I'd say it's 54 to 41 Harvesters. Anarki has that lead, but again, I think it's that worker count that's mostly it. Anarki going pretty much mass Adept at this point in time. So I would absolutely recommend getting Resonating Glaives. Just because, I mean, Resonating Glaives increases the attack speed of Adepts by 40%. Like, it's crazy good. It is a crazy good upgrade. If you have this many Adepts, that's multiplied just over and over and over and over again to where your army DPS is increased immensely. Third base under construction by Smur, just south of his natural. He's gone from a 1-baser into like an expanding king at this stage. 2 factories with Tech Labs. Is he just going Marine tank here? Marines, again, with no upgrades, I just want to stress. Marines with no upgrades are good. I know I've told the story about the guy back in Wings of Liberty who actually almost beat the Wings of Liberty campaign on Brutal using nothing but unupgraded Marines. No stim, no combat shield, no medevacs, no +1/+1, no +2/+2, and no +3/+3 on these dudes. And got all the way to the final level. Couldn't beat it after like a month of trying, and eventually just gave up. Like, couldn't make it done. Some people felt like it should have been attempted, should have been completed based on the skill of the player, but I'm not sure if he ever came back to it or not. But it just showed to me the power of the unupgraded Marine. That said, if you can get upgrades for your Marines, you probably should. Holy Adept village here. That's it. That's 16 Adepts in a Mothership Core for Anarki right now. I don't know. I just don't think that's enough. I'd love to see a Twilight Council. I'd love to see one. Making a robotics facility. Okay, that's pretty good. You do have Warp Gate Research, which is nice as well. So here are the Marines. We have 17 Marines and 2 tanks, with 2 more tanks on the way, versus 19 Adepts and a Mothership Core with enough Photon Overcharge energy to do 3 Photon Overcharges, and soon to be 4, if our Blue Terran waits long enough for this push. All right, it's a stalemate right now. Team Blue just gathering his forces, also setting up that 3rd base. It's 45 to 45 Harvesters now, catching up in that worker count, continuing to make SCVs. Somebody's been paying attention. Someone's been paying attention to how to play this game. Always make workers, always make supply, whatever that happens to be. And adding medevacs. Hooray! Smur is adding medevacs. Nobody's going to attack before he actually adds the medevacs. Okay, I mean, he's getting close enough to attack anyway. I don't know if he's actually going to be... siege tanks in siege mode and actually hitting some of these Adepts. Dude, just let the Adepts come to you. Don't go up that ramp, Smur. Don't go up the ramp. There we go. Adepts coming in. A lot of splash damage on those Adepts, though. Hitting them hard. Doing splash at those tightly clumped up Adept units. Mothership core taken out of the sky by the Marines. Enough tanks to clear these Adepts out. They get close within the minimum range, forcing the tanks to go into non-siege mode. And is it enough to clear out these Adepts? It's going to be close. I think it is. The Adepts, can they move while firing? No, not really. Neither can the siege tanks, actually. But picking them up and saving them are the medevacs that showed up on the scene about 15 seconds after the battle occurred, which just means if you waited for the Adepts, you would have been so much better off. So much better off. More medevacs coming on down. Medevac count is actually higher than Marine count because Marine count is 0. There are 4 medevacs and 2 tanks on the field right now. Smur is floating money. Floating money. About 2,000 minerals, 1,000 gas sitting there in the bank. That's what Into the Void is all about. Okay, so the 3 tips for Into the Void are always make workers, always make supply, and spend your money, which means make enough production facilities to where you can spend your money and use those facilities to make units. See this barracks that is sitting doing nothing? Don't do that. Don't do it. Is it on a hotkey? Let's see. We've got 2 barracks on a hotkey. I think this 3rd barracks isn't on a hotkey, and that's the problem here. That is the problem. Hotkey number 2. Yep, only 2 barracks. The 3rd one's not. So that would explain it. That would explain it. 3rd Nexus on the way from Anarki. Immortals added the production here from Anarki as well. Getting sentries. Ooh, Into the Void force fields can be very interesting. Resonating glaives. Where's my Twilight Council? There it is. There's my Twilight Council. Resonating glaives on the way. And charge for zealots. I like both of those choices. Zealot charge was buffed in the latest patch of Legacy of the Void as well. So zealots are better. Are better, actually. Actually, we saw who did this. It was all over Reddit a couple days ago in GSL. Somebody did a Zealot Dark Templar Blink push, where there's that ability Dark Templars have that nobody ever researches against a Terran player. I mean, he went up to the front, moved the Zealots in to the front, blinked the Dark Templar onto the back of this nice Marine Marauder tank composition the Terran player had. It disappeared like that. I did not expect that to happen, did not expect to see that, but it did blink Dark Templar, man. Maybe it's the new meta. Banshees on the way for Smur, and we are going to see Colossus out of Anarki. Holy smokes. Extended Thermal Lance on the way for our Protoss player. Resonating Glaives on the way as well, not being Chrono Boost, which there's a Chrono Boost available as the Cybernetics Core has it. And, oh, did he? Wow, Anarki heard me. Immediately transferred that over the Twilight Council as soon as I mentioned that. Has Charge and Blink queued up. If you canceled that Blink, got that money back, you could spend it. And then when it's time to make Blink, like after Charge is done, you can put it back on. But I understand that takes a lot of attention to detail, a lot of micro, and it's very difficult to do. Marines moving up to this front door. Marines are not going to like what they see here. They're all going to die. Yep, 4 Marines walk up that ramp to the natural base, and it's a drop at the main, though. Distraction! A distraction from Smur. Does he still not have Stimmer Combat Shield? He still doesn't. He still does not. The Adepts have Resonating Glaives, though. That's good stuff. Why are they holding position? What is going on, Adepts? There we go. Some more Adepts warp on in and forcing a retreat by Smur. 4th Nexus coming in from Anarki now. Thank you very much. Just expanding his face off after that early aggression is dead. Feels safe enough to throw down several Nexuses. It's 118 to 109 total supply. Worker count 51 to 56. Anarchy's up in supply, down in worker count, and Smur is the opposite of that. Tanks. There are 4 of those. Kind of stop tank production. Making a Thor, though. I think just because Thors are cool. Right? Thor is here and cool. And so cool. Cloaking Field on the way. That was one of my favorite moments of the Wings of Liberty campaign, actually. Is when Tychus steals the giant Thor and just wrecks everybody for about 20 minutes. That was fun. That was a super fun mission in the campaign. Colossus. There it is, on the way for our friend Anarki, adding Colossus. So a Colossus Immortal Stalker Adept Sentry combo is actually pretty good. Like, I'm not going to complain about really any of the choices there, assuming Guardian Shield comes up from the Sentries, which I can't guarantee, and assuming Force Fields are good, which I really can't guarantee. But anyway, Cloak Banshee is what we're working on for Smur, with Thor production getting +1 vehicle and ship plating, getting +1 attack for his Marines. Oh, finally upgrading his Marines. All 17 of them he has on the ground right now. Tanks and Marines holding the central Zelnaga watchtower, and some of the army trying to walk up that way and getting murdered, but the rest of the army kind of coming along the south, it turns out. So just, why are you going? All right, going in there. And from the flank on the right side, Smur's coming in with Marines and the Thor. Going for it is Anarki. Trying to clear out everybody here, but there's stuff on the top as well. Banshees flying in from Smur. Are there enough Stalkers to take them down is the question of the day. The Stalkers are getting annihilated by the Marines and by the Thors. There's nothing left that can shoot up. These Banshees can have free reign on everything on the ground here for Anarki. Does he decides to just go with it. Just going with it. Then he's retreating. Now he's going home as the Banshees are destroying the Adepts, destroying the remaining Immortals here. How many kills on these Immortals? 2 kills, 1 kill, 8 kills on that Immortal. It's a big push. It's a big push from Team Blue. Dropping a Mule to repair what? The Viking, maybe? I guess Banshee? Yeah, I guess there are some Banshees that are hurt there, but going all the way home. More Stalkers. More Stalkers. Anarki. There are Banshees. There are Banshees about. +2/+1 upgrades completed by Anarki. Very nice. Very nice. And there's that blink we talked about a couple minutes ago now being researched and being chrono boost by our Red Protoss player. 4th base here at the gold by Smur. It is done. Anarki doesn't feel safe enough to take that gold base, but Smur feels pretty confident in his own abilities. But the 4th base by Anarki also up and running. 56 to 67 harvesters. Anarki is at a pretty good spot for worker count. And I know it doesn't tell you what your worker count is in the middle of the game, which I feel like it should. There should just be a pop-up at the top right that just says what your worker count is, because you're trying to keep track of like 4 or 5 bases. You don't know exactly how many workers you have at each base. And anyway, doing addition in the game is very difficult. So Stalkers here, Stalkers versus 4 Cloak Banshees inside the Protoss base. Where's your Observer? There it is. Observer's there. The Blink Stalkers can keep up with them. The Observer a little too slow, turns out. Cannon there, getting some range detection. Nope. Nope, not enough to kill any of these 4 Banshees. Trying to come around this backside. Nope, there's a cannon there as well. Banshee's too smart to head that way. This 3rd base, though, entirely unprotected. Oh, this is bad. This is really bad. Is that gravitic boosters? Yeah, increasing the movement speed of Observers on the way. 3rd base, full pull out of Anarki. Banshee's just going for the pylons now. These 2 pylons are powering 4 gateways. Can they get them? The Stalkers are here. He's trying to pick. What did he just pick off there? A single Stalker? That was a weird target fire. Super weird. Trying to sneak on in, just bouncing back and forth. One Banshee does get killed there, but this is where the probes went, to the natural base. Exploding pylons everywhere, and actually depowering a Stargate. Banshees continue to move around. Now the thing is, right, once you're microing like this as a lower level player, you stop making stuff back at home. It's 8,000 minerals and about 4,000 gas in the bank for Smur. He lost his Banshee, so now he can pay attention to macro again, I suppose. Yeah, I mean, Stargate, barracks, sitting completely, not a Stargate, Starport, barracks, factory, just doing nothing for Smur right now. He's got a pretty good army, like I'm not going to complain about it. He's got Thors with +1 armor. He's got Marines with +1 attack. Got some Vikings in the sky as well. Is it time to move for Anarki? Time to move for Anarki. And I like this composition. I like he's got the Colossus. Shouldn't have to worry about Banshee anymore since he killed those ones. There's one on the field, but I feel like Anarki has this thing. Colossus burning all the Marines down from range. Immortal versus Thor is not a fair fight for Thors either. All that's left on the ground now for the Terran player looks like nothing. A single Thor comes from the main base, and that is it. A good game out of Smur. Protoss player continuing to get his revenge and move in against the Terran player. So we will give Anarki... Oh, I was going to say, we're going to give Anarki his day, but nope. Actually decided it was time to leave. Killed that gold base effectively and said, that's enough for me. Moving on to the next game. Going to get promoted. That's the goal for Anarki. So good job. Good job by Anarki. Losing that first battle was... He didn't expect the Banshee. Didn't target fire the Banshee with the Stalkers. If he'd done that, I think he would have been just fine. But it is hard in the midst of a battle to focus like that and focus fire your units on something they don't even necessarily know that is there, right? Yeah, kind of have tunnel vision. I mean, he came right about here. He had Banshees from the north. He had reinforcing Marines and a Thor from the right, and then tanks and Marines here on his left. He was surrounded on all sides. And his vision is more like this, right? He doesn't have the ability to zoom out like I do in the replay. So he just kind of got something shooting him from the top. He's dealing with these tanks. He doesn't know about the Thor over here unless he looks directly over. So a very difficult situation. Do not blame Anarki for losing it there, but a good job coming back. Good job expanding behind it. And then making another push, not sitting at home terrified. Making another nice push, getting those Colossus in there when you recognize how heavy the Marine count was for your opponent. The Immortals as well versus the Thors. Just seemed like he knew exactly what he needed to get that victory. And that's it. So a good win for Protoss in the end. Okay, so that's going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another edition of Into the Void. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit the subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, and Patreon, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.
Broken and ashamed by what you have done. There is no redemption, and so you must run. And it's taken your heart and broken your soul. You cannot go back until you're made whole. And you're running into the void. You go searching into the void to find a place you can live, a place you can love. Is it just an illusion? When push comes to shove, there's a light upon you, and you follow it on. Looking for a reason and a way to atone. All around you, the planets and stars. You're lost in a maelstrom of a great new unknown. And you're running into the void. You go searching into the void to find a place you can live, a place you can love. Is it just an illusion? When push comes to shove, into the void. You go searching into the void. And you're running into the void.